Spirit is testing my vulnerability with you guys, and also my patience with my cat. He's making a lot of sounds. We are going to do a reading that is going to be prompted by one of my journal entries. I have all my old journals near me because I've been writing something for Substack that is going to be fun, that has to do with my past. So this one, I think this one has a blue butterfly on it. Okay. If you guys haven't met me, by the way, and you're like, why is this girl reading her journal to us? I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here and Astremia on my other account where I do evolutionary astrology. The best way you guys can support me, if this reading does resonate, if it does land for you, is to, oh, my heart's just fluttering, flipping through the pages. The best way you guys can support me is subscribing to my newsletter. It's called Letters from the 8th House. It's where I channel the upcoming transits to your inbox every Monday. Totally free. Okay. What does the person watching this need to know? Oof. This was on a Sagittarius full moon. Technically, yeah, it was the day after. So, Sun in Sagittarius. Interesting. Wait, how is the Sun in Sag? Sun in Gemini. I wrote Sagittarius on here. Interesting. Sun in Gemini and Moon in Sagittarius. What a purge. The crying, the looking at my mom's pattern in love. I do want a partner that creates safety for me. I want that. I don't want to be Miss Hyper Independence. I want to get closer to a person, to have that growth with another. Leaning into the longing and seeing my inner masculine in me showing up. Ooh, okay. So we've got, this feels present in the collective. We've got somebody who is feeling that, like, you have probably been on the path of, like, really looking at your, interesting, I almost said paternal. So there might be some masculines here also looking at, like, their patterns in love as well, paternal line. But for my feminines, you're really looking at the maternal line of, like, why have I operated the way that I presently do? Why am I continuing this pattern? Because you've probably, I'm thinking about the pattern that I've had within relationships, where I get really, really hyper independent and I'm like, I don't need a person. And then I'm like, but I want a person. And so you're at that point where you're like, I am ready to be humbled by relationship. Yeah, that was June 11th. Okay, we have coming out the sword, the mask, and the animal. I feel like you've been poised for way too long. You have been in this space of, like, it's like you're getting the opportunity to shed the mask and allow this more primal part to come out. I think even, like, Sun, I've got to figure him out. Hold on. When he's making so much noise, I just can't even focus. Yeah, we have the Bardo at the bottom. There's, like, this sort of in-between space, and I think it's even, like, admitting to yourself that, like, you want love. I mean, it is Valentine's Day, guys. It is Valentine's Day. Admitting to yourself, like, I do want connection, but it's so, like, oh, both my monitors just went off, and my computer shouldn't have gone to sleep. I was just on it. That was wild. 333 is important. Interesting. Whoa. It's almost like you've been keeping yourself in the dark for so long and, like, hiding from, like, your instinctual desires from, like, this really deep part of you. Tell me more about this. We have the North Node in Virgo in the 11th house. Interesting. That's such a shift of energy. What? Oh, it's like a perfect, I mean, that would be the South Node in Pisces in the 5th house. You've been very in the, your patterns in love have been like just like escaping in love, and now this is like allowing yourself to like be seen. Oh, this is such interesting energy. I'm like, it's almost like love has always been an escape for you, that you haven't like allowed yourself to like be seen in your power, right? In that power that you have. And it's so funny. I'm getting like insecure about this reading for a second. And that's probably a part of this. It's like this insecurity of like, oh, like you think somebody would want me if I'm like fully in my hyper independence, and when I'm like in this girl boss, like I've got everything going. That's not worked in the past. Now these cards here, we have Agape, the comic, the poet, and the king. It's like somebody's like, no, I love, like, oh my gosh, this is so clear. They're like, I love that you're fucking funny, and I love like the way you use your voice. Like there's just, it's really coming down to you're allowed to be unconditionally loved as you are. And with the king coming out, and arrows at the bottom, wink, you're allowed to have it all. You're allowed to have it all. Ooh, interesting. I just kind of lunar eclipse on the bottom. That card keeps coming out as a timeline thing. That's March 3rd. Tell me about this king, baby. It's like when you finally accept that you're a badass person instead of like cowering in relationships, right? Second house, embodiment, and solar eclipse. This eclipse portal is so fucking potent. I can't even like explain it. I don't even, yeah. Tell me about the person. The second house is like Jupiter, which is Zeus. It's like, I heard like this relationship is going to be an unexpected like gift. Unexpected gift. Anything else you can tell me about this person? Fourth house, that peeked out for a second. This person feels like home to you. And it's like when you are fully embodied, you're able to soften into this relationship. And I feel like that's been your work presently with the sword, the mask, and the animal, is like allowing yourself to be a little bit more in your eros, in your vessel, in your being. Gemini. They might have Gemini placements. Very quick-witted. It makes sense that the comic came out. Tell me about this person. I swear that I see. Yeah, the fourth house. Finding home in this person. And I'm thinking of this song, Will I Find My Home? It's by, I actually think it's by Jupiter something. Let me look this up. Spotify. Hold on, let me look it up. It's by Juniper Vale. I was thinking Jupiter Vale. It's Will I Find My Home? And I'm not gonna play it all so I don't get copyrighted. And it sings, I left the nest when I was far too young, never set my flight for the sun. Are you worth getting lost over love? If I offer myself, will you lift me up? Are you worth letting into my heart? If I go and get caught, will I fall too far? Will I find my home in you? Why Icarus thought he'd find his place a little higher. It's curious, the flame of the fire. Is it worth getting lost over love? If I offer myself, will it lift me up? Is it worth letting into my heart? If I go and get caught, will I fall too far? This is like, this is an interesting read because it really is like you have course corrected the patterns, and it's almost like this sort of feeling of like this, what's coming in feels too good to be true. Too good to be true. And so this is like a final test is what it feels like. Yeah, with Pluto, it's like a massive transformation of like you finally staying in your power and not letting yourself get completely lost in this, right? But also like trusting that it's actually safe to get lost in this, which feels a very intense with fire coming out. Last little bit, Virgo. Yeah, talking about that like mind, body, spirit alignment, really leaning into inner alignment, and this is going to come through. I'm going to leave this here. If you want to dive deeper, my readings are open. I love you guys.